Good morning. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Matsina reading you the morning news. The Centre has written a letter to all states and union territories over the rising trend in other influenza-like illnesses and severe acute respiratory illnesses being witnessed in some states and UTs across the country. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan has asked them to follow operational guidelines for integrated surveillance of respiratory pathogens presenting as cases of influenza-like illness or severe acute respiratory infection. He also asked them to raise community awareness regarding adherence to respiratory and hand hygiene, promoting early reporting of symptoms to limit transmission of these diseases. The states were also requested to take a stock of hospital preparedness, including the availability of drugs and medical oxygen and vaccination coverage against COVID-19 and influenza. The Health Secretary has asked State and Disaster Integrated Disease Surveillance Program units to closely follow the trends of influenza-like illness cases and refer sufficient number of samples for testing for influenza, SARS-CoV-2 and adenovirus. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, K Mishra, has stressed the need for creating a more effective and responsive system of disaster risk management to work towards a safer country and safer world. Mishra was addressing the valedictory program of the third session of the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction in New Delhi yesterday. He referred to the Prime Minister's 10-point agenda that emphasizes the need for building local capacities and initiatives, especially women's leadership in disaster risk management. Mishra said disaster preparedness and disaster mitigation need to be professionalized on the lines of disaster response that happened with the arrival of the National Disaster Response Force and State Disaster Response Force. Nagaland Chief Minister Niphu Rio, along with Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, called on the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, at Rashtrapati Bhavan yesterday. Rio, in a tweet, informed about the meeting with President Murmu. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, in a tweet, said he is honored to call on the President at Rashtrapati Bhavan along with Chief Minister Niphu Rio. Niti Aayog held an inter-ministerial meeting in New Delhi to review the seasonal influenza situation in the states. During the meeting, a discussion was held on ways to further support states in terms of public health measures, management guidelines and protocols to manage the increasing seasonal influenza cases. The Union Health Ministry provided guidelines on the categorization of patients, treatment protocol, and guidelines on ventilatory management to the states and union territories. The ministry also advised the state governments to vaccinate healthcare workers dealing with H1N1 cases. Ayush Ministry will organize Yoga Mahotsav 2023 at Talkotara Stadium in New Delhi from Monday. The Yoga Mahotsav is an event to commemorate 100 days countdown to the 9th edition of International Day of Yoga. The 3-day Mahotsav is being organized to give a wider promotion and publicity to various dimensions of yoga and its utility. During this Mahotsav, mass yoga demonstrations will take place in 100 places in Delhi NCR to celebrate the countdown. This year's International Day of Yoga endeavors to connect with the larger global community as India's G20 presidency theme, One World, One Health, resonance with the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The ministry said the International Day of Yoga will focus on taking yoga to every village through the participation of Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabhas. In the Women's Premier League, Delhi Capitals defeated Gujarat Giants by 10 wickets at D.Y. Patil Sports Academy in Navi Mumbai. They surpassed the victory target of 106 runs in 7.1 overs, making 107 runs without losing any wickets. With that, we come to the end of the morning news. Have a good day.